Good morning. This is actually my second time filming this because the first time got broken up a little bit by some phone calls and it's just kind of all over the place, so I wanted to kind of remake it. So, welcome to episode 2 of the Sage Knitter podcast. My name is Taylor. You can find me on Instagram as well at the Sage Knitter. I'll try to link it in the bio. Welcome. Or thank you for joining me again. Yes, so how's your week been? I hope it's been well. Mine has been uneventful for the most part. It's probably a good thing right now. I need the rest from the crazy things in life. I'm almost out of tea because I had it for the first take. Now I kind of want to make some more, but it's okay. I'll finish what's there. So yes, hello. Yeah, I hope your knitting projects are coming out well, or whatever crafty projects you're doing. Do let me know. I'm going to kind of jump into my finished object, which is the Sunday sweater. Excuse me. Yes, the Sunday sweater by Petite Knit. It's finished. It's done. I don't have much else to say about it because I'm gonna be doing some hardcore surgery on it. I want to implement, or I want to do some surgery that I saw Fiber Tales do on her Instagram to the basket sweater, which is a pattern she hasn't released yet, but she has a highlight reel, excuse me, I was yawning, of her basically knitting the new neck. What she did was she was fixing the fit of a sweater. I'm going to be changing the neckline. So, knitting the neckline I want, and then adding it where I want, basically, is what I'm going to do to this guy. I think once I do that, though, I'm going to want to make it longer. We'll see. I have plenty of yarn to do that with. I have like 2 or 3 extra balls of the wool and at least 2 more skeins of the kid silk mohair I used. So I definitely have plenty to work with. But that's it. That's the Sunday sweater. I haven't washed or blocked it yet because of what I think I'm going to do to it. I think washing and blocking it might help, but part of me is also like, I don't want to go through the work of washing and blocking it just to rip it apart. So yeah. So that's that guy. And my favorite, right now at least. It's the only other project I have. Oh, well, actually, it's the only project I have on the needles right now. I'll have to change that. This is the, pardon me, going to make it easier to show. Okay. So this is the Ilta pullover by Nordland. Yeah, I'm knitting this with the Seasons yarns from Etsy. I'll put her shop in the description. Beautiful subtle colors. Beautiful subtle colors. It's doing exactly what I wanted it to do with the cone. With the Holst Super Soft Garn Sage Blue cone. Because I'm holding them double, obviously. The colors in the kids' silk mohair are kind of ending up like little speckles like I want it to. I can't really show you, it's kind of hard. But there's like little yellows and purples and pinks, and it's really subtle. Like, it's so subtle, you have to really be looking for it, but I kind of love that. Because it's kind of just a marled sweater until you look closer. Really enjoying that one. Yeah. Sadly, that is the only current whip I have. I need to cast on something else, but I haven't found the pattern to do so. There is a UFO I could pull out of the bag, and I could finish it. Maybe I'll show you guys that next time if I pull it out. Maybe it'll be a finished object. We'll see. Yeah. It's not a new acquisition, but it's not like an old stash thing. It's some of this, I have the ball tag here. It's, Malabrigio, Diana number 886. Yeah, it's a really like fun, colorful guy. You can't really tell again. Bad lighting. My apologies. We'll get better as we grow, right? I'm using Knitting Traditions Morse Heel. I do think I'm gonna rip out this, what I have so far, because I tried it on my foot. Well, you can't see the color. I can see the colors better, but you can't. Yeah, that's a little bit like it. Yeah, it's really pretty. It's not too muted in color, but it's not too saturated and bright either. But I'm using the Morse Heel by Knitting Traditions. It's her grandmother's heel that she was taught. I felt like it was the perfect sock pattern for me. Because I like weird techniques. I like that a lot. And for it to be a grandmother's old technique, like, I'll take that. Only thing about it is her smallest size is still kind of big for me. I don't know if I just have slimmer calves or something. I have a 7.5 size foot, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's just the fact that it's super wash. Or maybe my gauge is slightly larger. I don't know. I didn't actually gauge. I didn't. No. So I wouldn't know. But I think what I'll do is I'll rip this back out, and I'll cast on maybe, I don't know, we'll see. It doesn't matter so much for the ribbing because I can decrease after the ribbing, but yeah. Yep. It's such a beautiful color. It's like, I really wish I could show you guys just how beautiful it is. It's got so many beautiful blues and greens and stuff. That's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying my hand at socks. Haven't tried socks yet. Kind of excited, kind of nervous. Right? I also have some other yarn here. It's a little tangled. This is a colorway called Bark by Native Fibers. It's called Bark. I have 2 skeins of this, 1 skein of her dark truffle, and this is a 10 star. I had it right here too. Here we go. 10 stars the colorway. This stuff right here by Chelsea Lux, hand dyed from New Jersey. This is also the same brand that my Bellis Tea in Rose Gold is made from. So it's her Rose Gold colorway. Yeah. So I got a color. Oh, I have an itch in my eye. Apologize. I have this 10-star colorway and this dark truffle that isn't made anymore, and bark. And what I want to do is I want to make like a t-shirt sweater with this like as the centerpiece, like not color block quite, but like a picture. It's like a giant square. It takes up like most of the front, right? And then I want it framed by this, the dark truffle, because the way these two, like the way this color makes this color pop is just, I'm sorry, perfect. And the bark is just the closest thing she has to dark truffle, because it's what's replacing dark truffle is the bark. Not sure why. I think dark truffle is a beautiful saturated, like it's a thick color. Like this one's kind of bland. It's a little like lackluster. This guy is like, But you know, hand dyers, they're allowed to do what they want. So I got what I could. I want to make that a sweater, but I have not found the sweater pattern, mainly because I want it to be like a more constructed shoulder, and I kind of have my eyes set on a saddle shoulder, but I've never found a pattern that I like using saddle shoulder, and I sure as heck don't know how to start a saddle shoulder. So there's my dilemma there. But hopefully I'll find a pattern for that soon, and I can use the yarn because, but yeah. So I think that's all I had to show you. Oh, in the first take there was a bunch of stuffed animals sitting here, and I showed them to you. I'll kind of show them again just to, actually we can put them back up there as I show them to you. So I have 3 of these little bunnies made. They're crocheted amigurumi from the one Dog Woof. They're it's a toy, you know, it's a toy. It is a toy. Like it's not stuffed hard or nothing. It's a fun little guy. Kind of sad up there all alone. Look at the other guys. This is an unfinished bunny I did. Same pattern. And this is the first one I made. Same pattern. Okay. This is a duck, Stanley Duck, as we call him in the household. He is also by one Dog Woof. I made it with a baby Bousel. So that's the feather sort of look he's got. Very cute, very sweet. Love this one. This was a very interesting pattern to make. This one was. Yeah. And then I have, this is by Clair Garland. I think that's her name. Clair something. I'll definitely put it in the description box. This is her polar bear pattern. He's not perfect. He's got a lot of mistakes, but this is a knitted pattern that taught me that I could knit anything I want, as long as I set my mind to it, right? So it's a very, very special bear to me. Even if he is a little wonky, he's still very special. Yeah. And then I do have a regular stuffed animal sitting up there. This is a bear I got from the hospital's gift shop when my grandmother on my mother's side passed away. Very special woman to me. And I was younger. I think I was like 14 or 15 when she passed, and I got this bear the day she passed, in the hospital she passed in. So part of me, like, there's a little connection there, right? I won't go deep into that, but yes, this little bear, he's with me always. Well, with me in my room. So yeah, but have you, like, I'm gonna add Claire Garland's Ravelry into the description box, and like, check those patterns out. Like, they are adorable. Like, it's messed up. It really is. But yeah, before we get into our knitting, the sit and knit section of our little podcast here, I want to kind of show you guys some books. Let's start with this guy, The Power of Positive Thinking. I've been on kind of a journey for the last 3 or 4 years. 4 years ago, I cut my hair into bangs, and that was like, I'm not saying that's what started it all, but I've been on a journey since. We're always on a journey, but I didn't wake up to mine till then, right? Power of positive thinking, law of attraction, spirituality, inner child healing, all kinds of stuff. I would love to delve deeper, which is why I've changed the name to The Sage Knitter. I want you to kind of know what you're getting when you come into it. You know, like, yes, I love to knit, but there's also a very sage part to me. There's a very, I'm not going to say spiritual or religious, because I feel like that puts lines and boundaries and barriers when I don't want there to be. Like, there's so much to learn from many different things. You shouldn't try to box yourself in. But this next book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Enjoy this book a lot. It's really good. It's not just about money. It's a very interesting take on the power of persistence and just like trusting and believing and knowing, and it's good. It's really good. And then lastly we have The Doors of Perception. This includes Heaven and Hell, so this is 2 books in one, by Aldous Huxley. This is about his psilocybin trips, magic mushrooms. Very interesting there. Haven't finished that book. Very interesting though. Yeah, if you guys have any book recommendations, please leave them. I love books. I don't always read them, but I love them. I used to read all the time, and it's definitely something I feel like I should get back into, because I can't always take knitting everywhere with me. I wish I could, but I can't. So I should really like keep a book in the car for when you're just sitting. Excuse me, it was a yawn. But yeah, we'll just get into the knitting part with me, and I'll just babble a little bit. I'll try not to make it too painful. So yeah, how have you guys been? How has your week been? warmer, colder. Let's see. We're getting ready to get into spring. I can really feel it in the air. So can my allergies, if you hear me sniffling. I knew something told me spring was going to come early this year, and it really has. Like, it's really starting to feel that way. The weather is starting to already warm up, and we're not even past Easter Sunday yet, so yeah. But you know, that's how it goes. I don't control the weather. I just enjoy. Enjoy the winter before it allows you to wear your sweaters, and enjoy the summer because, well, it's a whole different vibe. In the winter you're like hibernating a little bit. It's cold, you're still doing stuff, you can still go out and do things, but nothing like the summer energy. Summer energy is just, I haven't always felt that way, but once you find people that you can like feel good and hang out with during the summer, it's like, yes, like, get out of my little hole that I like to put myself in. It's comfortable. My hole is comfortable. That was a terrible one. Anyways, yeah, do let me know what you guys are working on, or what's happening in your lives, what's happy or bad, good or bad. I'll hear both. We can talk about it. Yeah. Let's see. Do you guys prefer colder or warmer weather? I definitely think I prefer colder weather. Like, I'm more of a give me spring or give me fall. Like, I don't love the dead of winter and I don't love the dead of summer. It's like, I'd rather it just be, wear an extra layer and you can take it off if you need to. Not, oh, I can't put enough clothes on, or I can't take enough clothes off. But I don't think there's a climate like that, is there? There's not a climate that's just perfectly in the middle all the time. Sadly. Maybe there is, let me know. I might move there. But yeah, the first take of this video got messed up by a spam call first. And then I got called by, I've been in the market for a job. And that was the second call, was the lady was giving me an interview, which, sweet, right? Interview. So yeah. Let me know just how it's been, or any project ideas. I really need to open up my Ravelry board to, well, first I need to make a Ravelry for this specifically, because I have my personal, but I don't keep up with anything on it. Like, you can't go to my project page and know what I'm working on, which I think some people enjoy. Let me know. I might not do the work unless it's asked of me. And just because if it's not something that's going to be appreciated, I would rather not spend the time to do it. But if it is something that is liked, I will definitely do the work. But I need to check out Ravelry for some spring or summer tops, tank tops, bralettes, whatever, kind of get that ball rolling, because it's fast approaching and I need something on my needles. Yeah, there's definitely not a lack of mojo going into the warmer months. It's more just like, well, now the mojo has to shift. So sadly, that also means different types of yarn for me, because I do have a lot of, not a lot, my stash, I've gotten very particular with my stash because I enjoy very natural yarns. I do have a few superwashes, but I really love the natural warm stuff. Not a lot of cottons or linens or bamboos yet, but I think those are the types of yarns I need to get into for summer projects, because wool would not be ideal. Alpaca would not be ideal. Both of those fibers are very warm, and it's not ideal. It's not ideal for the summers here. So that's okay though. Yeah. Oh, a little bit about like why I taught myself knitting, because I feel like it goes well into everything else I enjoy, or a lot of other things I enjoy. Slow fashion. Slow fashion is a big one. I do not purchase from big retailers anymore, at all. I thrift shop. Thrift stores are my friend. I love secondhand clothing apps like Depop and ThredUp and Poshmark sometimes. But ThredUp and Depop are my biggest ones, mainly because for the most part the prices are good. I only use those two apps when I'm looking for something in particular. For the most part, I just frequent my favorite thrift stores and see what they have for me. But yeah, that's kind of why I got into knitting, because it's slow fashion. You know, you're hand knitting it, right? And I think there's a whole dark underbelly to society when it comes to how quickly we are producing things and how quickly we are throwing things away. So we won't get into that. That's not what this podcast is about. But maybe I can do like a thrift haul or something of things I have purchased from thrift stores that I really enjoy. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Let me know if that's something I could add, or maybe I make a separate video altogether doing a thrift haul. That might be what I do first, right? Make it separate. But yeah. I don't really have too much else to say. Oops. I just dropped some stitches. Nonetheless, I guess we'll call it quits for here. Kind of running out of things to talk about. I don't know what's too far to talk about and what's not far enough to talk about yet. I would like to make the chatting sections meaningful. At least things that I find meaningful. So I guess first I have to see if that's what the community wants. The community must grow first, so we'll see. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. Hope you get to spend plenty of time with friends and family and people that are good for your heart, good for your well-being, and spend plenty of time on your crafts, or reading books, or painting, any type of art form. Yeah. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.